Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. So obviously you guys know I would rather be, ice fishing right now, but it is currently 52 degrees outside. So I'm not going to be on any ice, and I actually haven't even seen a lick of ice down by me yet this year, so kind of unfortunate, but what are you going to do? I went up to Northern Wisconsin, obviously, as you guys saw the last few videos, caught some fish on the ice. That was cool, but I'm going to be hopping into the video today, going over my Livescope shuttle. And that would be this guy right here. So this is going to be the same shuttle and everything that I was running last year, same transducer. But I decided this year to upgrade my screen. A lot of people have been asking me a bunch of Livescope questions. Obviously, I try to direct you as best I can. The new screen I'm running this year is the GPS map from Garmin, the 943 XSV screen. That is this guy right here. It allows me to screen record so I can get some cool footage and stuff like that. It has a little bit higher quality resolution screen compared to the screen that I was running last year. And for those of you guys that don't know the screen I was running last year, I was running a 93 SV. Just the EchoMat version. The quality wasn't really there for me, and as well as the feature of just being able to screen record, that was a big factor for me. So got rid of that screen, got a new screen, threw that bad boy on the Summit shuttle. And for those of you guys that don't know, obviously it says right here on the bag, this is the Summit Fishing Equipment shuttle. Bag, pole, the whole ball of wax. I really have enjoyed using this shuttle. This thing is built like a brick house. You can literally do whatever you want to this thing, try to break it. Good luck, it ain't gonna break. It is by far the most durable product on the market for sure. I'll pull it out of the bag and give you guys a little bit of a closer look. Boom, there it is, out of the package for you. Out of the bag. So if you guys are in the market for a new shuttle, for one, highly would recommend, go grab yourself the new Summit HD shuttle. This is gonna be the real deal. Basically, how I have this set up, charging port right here all the way on the right hand side. Then your main power switch. This main power switch, boom, turns the screen on. That is the biggest thing for me, is being able to shut down all the power for my black box, my transducer, my screen. So there's no background drainage whatsoever on any part of the unit. It 100% turns it on and 100% shuts everything down and doesn't allow any background draining, like I said before. So you guys won't be able to tell probably just from the camera angle and stuff like this, but if you were to go to a store and see the difference in quality and the difference in brightness and the difference just in overall resolution of this screen compared to the 93 SV screens, you'll notice there's a very large difference, okay? But back to the shuttle, like I said, main power switch right here. That also turns on the USB port switches right here. So I can charge my phone, I can charge my GoPro, I can charge whatever runs on a USB. You can charge that directly from the battery inside your Livescope. Inside this shuttle, I run a 32 amp hour lithium battery from Amped Outdoors inside this guy right here. Runs me all day long. I could probably get 2 days out of it if I really want to. I mean, there's been multiple nights where I either forget to charge it or, that's pretty much the only excuse. I forget to charge it. So it kind of backs you up. It allows you to have constant runtime almost all the time. And then you can actually just charge your battery directly through the shuttle itself. So it's nice to have it charged directly through the port here. You don't actually have to remove your battery and charge it and then put it back in and do all that jazz. You can just charge it once your battery's in here. Like, I literally haven't taken this battery out in over a year since I got it. So you never have to actually take the battery out. You just get to enjoy the benefit of plugging in directly to your new unit, charges the battery up. Like I said, main power switch kills it, allows nothing to drain in the background, and then if you want everything to power on, power up the button, you're good to go. The other button over here controls the accessory piece. This right here is a UV glow light. She's a little bright, but yeah, this is a UV attachment that you guys can put on your Summit shuttles. You can kind of just glow your lures right on here, and obviously this is not using, this is not using any background power whatsoever unless that button is pressed, which is nice. That's the biggest thing for me, is not having any background drainage. Like I said, the last thing you want is just to have your something draining your battery in the background that you're not even aware of, that you're not even using your Livescope. You grab it and it happens to be dead. That's like the worst feeling ever. So allowing these buttons to have full control of everything that goes on really makes a big difference. So like I said, glow light, UV light, that's an attachment. It's like 20 bucks. Boom, you throw that on. Now you always have a glow light accessible that you can glow your lures up, whether you need it or not. It's on there ready to rock. And then boom, turn it off, now you're good to go. These Summit shuttles are made out of HDPE plastic, which is the same stuff that they actually make big commercial red snowplows out of. If you ever see the big snowplows driving down your roads, that's what they're made out of. So it is built for the cold. It's built to last. It's built to be durable. It's built to get tossed around, and it literally is like indestructible. I mean, there's a picture of Jason, the guy who designed this thing, driving a damn car over the thing, and it didn't break. So you can literally rely on this thing for whatever you want. And like I said, this is my second year that I've been running this. I ran it all year last year, and it still looks brand new. So I am very hard on my stuff. Obviously, you guys know me. I'm trying to film. I'm trying to catch fish. I'm trying to hike across the lake. I'm trying to do all sorts of stuff, and I'm very hard on my equipment. So to have something that lasts, something that's durable, is very important to me, and I'm sure it's very important to a lot of you, because I'm sure it's very hard to be light and gentle with your ice fishing equipment. We all know that stuff gets thrown around, smashed up, and that's just what ice fishing is. But you know, what are you gonna do? Now we're gonna get into the pole. All right, so my favorite part about this pole is you can use it on your boat. If you want to have, you know, your boat mount on the side of it, you can get one of the Summit mounts and use the pole on your boat for Livescope. You can transfer the pole directly back onto ice just with those little tripod that it comes with. Super, super simple, right? Already a bonus there. You get 2 uses out of it. You get to use it on the boat, use it on the ice, okay? I personally don't use the pole on the boat because I like to have my transducer connected to my trolling motor. That being said, I bring this shuttle on my boat, no problem. And Summit makes this quick adapter, which you will get with your pole when you buy the ice bundle. It comes with this pin. You pull the pin out. Here's your transducer, right? So now your transducer is on this quick connect. Super simple. So that's down mode, forward mode, whatever. You can still adjust this if you want to with a screw there, or if you want to pop it in perspective mode, you untwist this dial, you drop it in perspective, boom. Now you got perspective mode, right? So super, super simple. And like I said, the best part about being able to just yank this off of the pole is I have the Summit adapter on my trolling motor that actually allows me to just plop this right into the trolling motor, take the same pin, put it through the hole, and now if I close that shut, now this is on my trolling motor for open water. So now I'll just throw the pole to the side, you know, open water season until I need it again for ice. Like I said, that's a personal preference. Some people enjoy using the pole open water too. That's fine. I like using it on the trolling motor, like I said. So boom, there's your quick connect. And another thing too, with this pin, you always want to bring your cord up against the quick connect. When you put the pin through and you wrap around that D-ring that's on there, now it acts as a cord saver. So now no matter how much pressure you end up putting on that cord, it's not gonna ruin your transducer, and it's not gonna ruin that transducer input right here that a lot of people end up ripping or yanking out, or sometimes this rips. I've seen a lot of pictures and stuff of this ripping. This 100% prevents that. I mean, no matter how hard I yank on that, it's 100% always gonna keep that cord 100% vertical and 100% safe. So that's a really nice bonus feature that you have with this quick adapter. Like I said, open water, ice, it's literally the same thing. This piece never comes off my transducer. I throw it on the pole for ice fishing. I throw it on the trolling motor for open water, and it's all in one. So it's super simple, super nice. This is why I run this shuttle literally all the freaking time. I run it all year round. It's just super, super, super nice. And then the best part about Summit is, for whatever reason, any of these little pieces break on you, which I've never had one break, but in case it does, or you run it over with your truck, or you step on it with your foot, whatever you do, Summit will send you a new piece of that. So super, super simple. Another thing with this pole, there's 2 different poles. This is the 24 to 60, which I use because I don't live in Canada and I don't get 5 feet of ice. And there's also a bigger option pole that I believe goes to 80 some inches or so. If I'm gonna fish, you know, a couple inches of ice like I just was, all I gotta do is twist this knob, boom. This tripod drops all the way down. Now I can fish literally 6 inches of ice, no problem, perfect. Then I have my handle up here to rotate it and point wherever I want to point. But boom, I can fish 6 inches of ice. So that's about 3.5, and then your transducer is, you know, about 3 inches. So it's gonna go down 6 inches regardless, but that's as low as that goes. So boom, that is literally all you have right there. Super nice for early ice. As soon as your ice starts to get a little bit thicker, you twist the tripod, you can bring it up a little bit, you know, and you can bring it up to about there. I mean, you can bring it up higher if you want the handle to be flush. I always like to have a little bit of elevation so I can turn it. And then if it gets, like this is probably about a foot worth of ice right here. You can get away with this setup with a foot worth of ice. As soon as you get a little bit more ice, all you got to do is twist one of these dials. Boom. It extends. All right. So now that's about 2 feet of ice. It's got another dial. You pull that one. You slide this bad boy all the way up. You get up to like 4.5, 5 feet of ice with this pole right here. So there's the pole. So I'm going to quick jump into the Livescope portion of it now and jump in here and show you guys my settings for my Livescope. So I'm going to jump into the Active Captain app here so you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing. Boom. So now you guys should be able to see exactly what I see on my screen right here. I'm going to turn this around so I can see it. So let's jump right into the settings here. So we go to options, we go to sonar setup, we go to TVG. My TVG is 99% of the time on low, okay? As you guys can clearly see that. Noise reject, medium, okay? Medium, you can put it on high, medium or high, whatever you want to do. Don't put it on low or you'll get all that fuzzy stuff. So medium or high, whichever you prefer, whatever works best for the water that you're in right now. When you put it in the water, you'll be able to know if you want medium or high, okay? So, noise reject medium, TVG low, layout, okay, grid overlay. You can turn the grid off if you want. Most of the time I leave the grid on like that if it is in down mode. So if I'm ice fishing, I can see exactly how big a fish is coming in. You can kind of judge based on the grid. You can see how big that fish is if it's rolling in. So I like to leave the grid on. You can turn it off, doesn't matter. But then you just go into layout, grid overlay off, grid overlay on. So super simple. I leave mine on, like I said. My gain is really normally hovering anywhere from like 68 to 74, like anywhere in that range. As soon as you bump that thing way up, it's gonna get all fuzzy, and once you bump it way down, you're not gonna be able to see anything. So 68 to 74, somewhere in that range, that's what I found to be the best for me. Never put your gain on auto or anything like that. Just set it, like I said, anywhere from 68 to 74. Set it somewhere in there. When you're on the ice, like I said, you'll be able to figure this out. And obviously, how the settings I have them right now, this is from when I was up in northern Wisconsin fishing about 8 to 20 feet of water for walleyes and trout. Okay, so these are the settings that I had it on. And like I said, I'm going to tweak them just a little bit every time. I might tweak my gain 1 or 2, and I'm obviously going to tweak the range and everything like that, because the range is how far it's shooting out, so that's obviously going to get changed. And then, yeah, like I said, gain, kind of play with it a little bit. 68, 74, that's my sweet spot. So now, another question I get asked a lot is, how do you get that blue color on your Livescope, right? So a lot of people have preferences on color. If you go to a store and you buy a Livescope, this is what it's going to come looking like right here. That is your amber color, okay? I am not that big of a fan of it. I like the blue, but like I said, it comes like this in the box, so some people like to keep it like that. Some people don't even know you can change it, so they end up leaving it like that. Some people change it to green, purple, blue, whatever. I go to the sonar setup, appearance, color scheme, and I go down to the blue option. Okay, so like I said, clearly there's a bunch of different color schemes. Clearly, rusted steel, lava, purple, Caribbean's like a purple blue, floodlight blue, ice blue is blue, aqua green, moss green. So I mean, there's a bunch of different colors and stuff like that. I prefer to sit on blue. It turns your whole back blue, and that way it almost acts, to me, this is what I think of it as, is like a heat sensor or like a heat scope. When you're hunting and you have a heat scope, like based on the color, you kind of get a better sense of where the fish is at. So obviously if it's like a yellow, green, flickering fish coming in, that means it's not picking that fish up like 100%. As soon as that fish starts to turn orange, red, or that really dark, vibrant red, then you know that sonar is hitting that fish dead on. You know exactly where that fish is at. You just get a little bit of a better sense of knowing where the fish are at, I guess, in the sense of just being able to know that your color scheme and stuff like that. So I like to leave mine on blue strictly because, like I said, personal preference. I think of it as like a heat sensor. When you see something that it's pinging on right away or pinging on very well, it's going to turn red. If you're kind of off a little bit, or if it's not pinging 100%, it's going to turn green and like those lighter colors. So like I said, 100% personal preference. You can do what you want. There's 100 different options of colors. I mean, not 100, but I think there's like 25 different options of colors. I prefer the blue one. it just looks a little bit better and cleaner in my opinion. So that is pretty much going to do it for today's video. I kind of just briefly touched on the electronic part of it. If you guys want to see a whole video of me going in depth on exactly how I set up my Livescope out of the box, I can do that for you. Let me know down below. But I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this helped you kind of look at the Summit Shuttle, know exactly what it's about, and know that you can have 100% confidence when you go buy one. It's going to last you. The customer service is fantastic. It's going to last you. It's going to do you well. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Obviously, like I said, it is 50 degrees outside right now, so I can't exactly go ice fishing, but I'm hoping to get on the ice next week to go back up to northern Wisconsin, something like that. Hopefully, I can get on some ice soon, and we can all just start thinking about ice content. I don't got to sit in the garage and film these videos. I can do it right on the ice for you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to message me in the comments down below as well. I respond to all the comments. So 100% go down there, leave me a comment if you guys have any questions. With all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. My name is Tony. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.